We live?
We are live, sir.
All right. Well, welcome aboard, everyone. Today was rollover day at DeFi. So if you got anything in pools there, go move it. Just lit up
Get some
with
of
the
that
new,
sweet.
multi-1,000% APRs, Ys, whatever.
I gotta mute the charts because they're Bitcoin's dumping.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. It was a little bit slow today, but I just hit the GUI to 50 and things are going through fast enough.
I just don't know if it's going to. I'm still kind of hoping it holds at 60, but it may not. ETH is under 4.
Yeah, I haven't been really paying attention to that.
No, it's been a pretty nice dump last 2 days in Bitcoin. 7.87%. Not counting the wick. All right. Okay. So what do we have on Define? Which farms are you looking at right now? Ecosystem?
Yeah, everything in ecosystem. There's like the big ones all came back. The Define link is 2,300%.
Look at that.
1,900%. Aave 1,100. Uniswap 51.
5,141%.
Yeah, so these are all, this is the thing about rollover day. These won't hold. So if you have a stack of something or you're looking to acquire a stack of something, this is a good kind of built-in sort of DCAing and hedging for whatever you start with or add to.
But it is not investment advice.
No, we got that sign up, right? Yeah, so, I've been thinking about this too more in depth that, when we're talking about these pools, actually, when you do put money in, it lowers our yield. So...
Don't take anything we say seriously.
Yeah, so
do not do exactly the opposite.
Yeah, and so we're not pitching these. We're just talking about the techniques of doing it, and just so happens we talk about what we're in.
Yeah.
But you don't really help us.
Yeah.
So so we don't tell you everything we're in, I guess is what I'm But I do these. This is the way I look at it. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. Just sometimes it can get confusing when you have people telling you a lot of information. You have to evaluate the sources and do what makes sense.
Yeah, I got a little bit of news.
Hey,
remember I was telling you about when I was showing you SmartCoin? I was telling you about the calculator guy.
Yeah.
So he's this guy that does all these awesome videos on different. I actually found him because of the Ohm videos he's done, but he builds these awesome Excel calculators and does Dune analytics and all kinds of cool shit so that you can calculate what level you want to go to, what risk you want to take, what your compounding earnings would be. And he does a ton of them. And he also did a video on SmartCoin. He did a second one today. He's still in it. And I think he's putting more in. But he did a really awesome video on Memo. So Memo is the staking coin you get when you stake time in Wonderland. And Wonderland is a fork of Ohm, which actually they've officially sanctioned. The Olympus DAO team has officially sanctioned the fork. But here was what was really interesting. He actually did a video on taking, so if you deposit time in Wonderland, right? So you deposit your time in the Wonderland, and I'm not going to go all in the details because he does a much better job than I would. But when you deposit, they give you Memo, right? So your staked balance is this much Memo. Well, you can then take your Memo and convert it into WS Memo, I think it is, but we'll talk about it anyway. And you can then on Phantom, on the Morpheus site on Phantom, you can get 70% APR on that. So effectively, he ran the numbers in the video, effectively taking what you get of your staked coins here, single staking them on Morpheus for the 70%, effectively takes this 60% APY and puts you up to like 100 to 120,000%. because so what happens is you pull your memo out of here. The memo is still getting the rebasing rewards for the 60,889%. And then you get the 70% APY effectively gets you 100%. I mean, APR on Morpheus effectively gets you 100% APY. So you're basically doubling what you get from the rebase awards. Now you have to compound it daily to get that APY, but effectively you can turn 60,000% into 120,000%.
Sounds like just the kind of go-getter attitude we've been looking for.
So he's coming on the show next week. And
Excellent.
I said, dude, maybe you could come do a weekly with us and you walk us through the latest degen shit you're doing. But he's a very thoughtful guy and has some awesome videos. Just go to YouTube and search up the calculator guy. You will find him. You can narrow the search with the calculator guy, Ohm. But he walks through a ton of scenarios in detail. And almost every video either has a step-by-step document attached to it or a Excel spreadsheet link, Google Docs spreadsheet link that will allow you to calculate whatever he was demonstrating in the video. Really, really awesome stuff. Guy's not doing any ads. He's not selling anything. He's just out there helping the degens of the world.
Yeah, no, I saw a lot of chatter about that play over the last couple of days. And I think I actually forwarded it to you twice, not realizing I forwarded it yesterday. But and you were talking about it yesterday too. But this is one,
I was.
Maybe we were talking about it.
I don't know.
Offline. But yeah, these are ones that, you wind it up and you wind it down. But, again, I don't sleep on those.
Yeah. Well, his approach is take out your initial, right? Like for me, I would take out once I get enough to cover what I initially put in plus maybe 25, 50%. Then I pull that out and then leave the rest in and let it run.
Yeah. Let me just touch one thing back to define. I'm sorry I was distracted. I was rolling over my pools, but I'm just looking in the common pools right now. You got US Tether with USDC paired at 9.
Let me load that up. Yeah, which one? Popular?
Popular. Yeah, these are the ones where you have a vesting lockup built in. But look, two stables right there, 913% APR.
Sweet.
So,
but we have to warn people that you're locking up and you can't, if you withdraw early, you lose 35%. And you're not going to probably does that interest doesn't stay. It drops like anything else.
It just dropped to 689. So right after we mentioned it. So this is going to drop, but still, if you're holding a big stack of stables, drop in a chunk here for a couple hours, capture the define token and just let it sit.
Yeah, you don't lose 35% of your principal. You lose 35% of what you earned.
Right. So, So since you're paired with stables, you're pretty much 1-to-1. So that's not going to go up and down in any meaningful manner. And, that way you get that yield for a couple hours. So this is what we mean about rollover. Even though it's locked, I think it's still worth it if you're holding a bunch of these. I wouldn't say, dump the stables and then go in here. But if you're sitting on them, go there. If you're looking at, the dual farms, again, I think we always talk a lot about router and DFYN. That's reloaded at 512%. I don't think that got below 150% in the last go around. Then look at these other ones. I don't know these Iman and USDC, a stable pool at near 23,000%. Razor. So these are all interesting ones. And of course, where I really like to play here is the ecosystem stuff that we mentioned earlier. And again, if you're looking to get a stack or you're have one, just look at like the Luna. I mean, Luna's kind of what I'm looking at next. Link I've had on and off. Unis, these are all kind of big cap sort of DeFi protocols. So not Cirrus and Razor, again, gosh, don't know anything about them, but these big ones up near the top at the highest. Get in there for the afternoon or so. But all those
little afternoon delight. DJ delight.
Cover your happy hour costs. And these don't these have no lockup attached. So I just want to touch that. Also, quick swaps. quick swap on Polygon. I saw some new high yield stuff at the front end. So take a look at those if you just want straight up pools.
They used to be so degen. Now lately they've been really conservative.
Well, I think they fill a niche between Sushi Swap and say, the next tier down. In my mind, Quick Swap's still a relatively low market cap of, I think, 150 million. Not as many tokens issued as you would think of the Quick token.
Right.
I go back and forth on it. Just because of the feedback from, I think others have mentioned about, the way the community perceives the management team there isn't always seen to be in the best light. But, crazy yields on some and some more conservative ones. I think Aave ETH is probably 25% or something, but, still fits a nice niche.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yep. Quick at 36,393,000 APY.
Yeah, there's one for you.
Oh, Guard. I remember Guard. This one's at 19 million.
I just kind of went out of that one yesterday just for yucks, and now I'm going to go back in.
I guess, did they just flip theirs over too?
It must have, because it was winding.
Friday?
Today is the 22nd.
Like Friday at noon. Is that the flip day for everybody on Eastern time?
It all takes different.
Dude, these are all over a million. Para, CIOTX, Guard, and Yamp.
So look, I have a stack of Guard. I just have gotten bored with it because it's just sitting there.
Look at this though. So 36 million, but they only have $204 a day in payout.
Yeah. So how much is in the pool right now? I'm trying to load the page.
74,000. So you're getting like, I don't even know how that works. The fees are $4,497 in 24 hours. So a total reward available of 701.
Yeah,
not a lot to play with there.
No, and this Guard pool will go up to probably 200,000. Through this cycle, which I don't know if these are 30 or 60-day pools. I can't remember. If you've got it, pool it. It's fun. You got it stable right there. And, that fees will go down, but this is the primary sort of in and out mechanism for people, this Guard USDC pool.
Yeah.
So, to me, I swear I've probably DCA'd down 70% just on the yields off of this.
On your cost basis.
Yeah. So, I think I started somewhere around, 1,000 or so, and, numerical numbers when I first jumped in, and, now I have like 3,500 of them. And so I think I bought originally at like 24 or something like that. So it's down from there, but, like 400% of that initial buy came in at like 0.
Damn.
So, you kind of think, wow, so I'm really at like a, 2 to 3 cent, entry price.
Yeah.
So then you kind of go, well, I guess it kind of works. So then the yield farming, you're like, don't have to worry about committing fresh capital after what might be sunk capital, let's say. You get just to spin zero cost rewards into it.
Yeah.
And then if it makes a move to 50, that's like, 10x plus at least off of the, true price. So find things you like. I like that one just because it was about insurance. There's so many of those now that I can't remember what their exact niche was. The Mona USDT pool still hanging at 140,000%. I actually sold 30% of those yesterday when it was at 460 something.
Yeah.
And it dropped to 380. So, I was lucky there. But look, that yield, I'll be buying Mona back with that free quick allocation every time and, build that back up. So, I look at a lot of this that way. If I like the underlying token, then what is it paired with? If it's speculative and I'm kind of ape it into something, ape it into a high yield pool so it has some built-in hedge. And play it that way. I have done the other thing, just coming in and buying the highest yield ones here, no matter what.
Right.
And that works too. When you're in these scenarios with, Para, I remember looking at, I think Yamp I looked at, or some of these. Iris I actually think might be a pretty good one from what I recall. But you just go in for, like, I had a strategy where I would just borrow the stables, go in and do these and hold them for 2 hours and sell them.
Yeah.
And, you're up. You're up every time. It's just a matter if you want to do, 10 different, transactions to get up there, versus doing the same thing with tokens you actually like or think could do something. And I think it's just better for my strategy to focus more on the, ones that I think are going to do something, paired with high APR, APY, versus ones I don't know anything about.
Right.
Do stables if you're for 800%.
Yeah. Yeah. Why the fuck not?
So it's kind of hard to, like, go de-risk lower than that,
Yep.
So just my thoughts. But
so did you dive in here?
Smart coin?
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I'm thinking about it. It's almost, I'm just not a hard, unless I'm standing at a craps table, or give me the so-and-so with the points, I just, I
What's
don't like
the price. 0.02564.
Look, it's barring nothing bad happening in the next couple hours, you should clean up on it.
I know.
But
I'm tempted. It's going to double again, and they're supposedly doing some big announcement tonight.
I heard something about an Avalanche announcement in like 9 or 10 hours, the biggest announcement ever on Avalanche.
That's what SmartCoin is saying. That's their announcement.
Oh, that's their announcement. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. Interesting macro news. I saw that, and this is official. I saw pictures of it. Walmart actually has the BTC ATMs up.
Yeah, they got those. What are those coin machines?
Coinstar or CoinMe.
Yeah,
and it's like they got 200 of them up, and different stores testing them. I saw those around in different places. I think this is an interesting idea because you could just go stick a couple $100 in, and boom, I guess you have a wallet and everything.
Yeah, and that's for people that are never going to look at what the actual price of Bitcoin is when they buy it. I got local. There's a gas station where I pick up my Monsters because they have the best price in town, and they have one of those machines. It was off by like, I don't know, 10
20%.
grand. Yeah, it was like fucking ripoff. For people that don't care and just want to say, hey, I bought some Bitcoin, it's cool. And I almost did it just so I could have the experience of having bought Bitcoin at an ATM. But I'm like, that's just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
kills me.
It's the ultimate FOMO.
Yeah. And it's like, guys, it's really, look, there's plenty of money to be made with machines like this. And I think the other thing was there was like a full KYC on it.
Because it has to. If you're going to be pulling, can you take cash out of these? I guess so.
I don't know how that works. Could you send it with your wallet and get cash? Send Bitcoin to them?
I don't know. It seems to me like you're going to want that KYC if you're the authority.
I think they are.
That would be the number one thing I'd be thinking about if I was a regulator. Yeah, people converting Bitcoin to cash.
Let's see.
That's your
buying Bitcoin with cash and taking cash with Bitcoin. You see some dude with briefcases standing at the ATM all day.
And I would also like to note they're not buying Tether.
They're calling the machine SUDS. I think there's some serious KYC there.
There has to be, but it's user adoption, retail adoption. This could be faster ways. When people come in and they want to buy crypto with credit cards or debit cards, a lot of times it takes a couple of days to pull those transactions off just because of all the processes that have to happen. If this is another way for unbanked people to get into it, hopefully the prices will become less or become more in sync with market prices. Then it's another, distribution out into the people, which I like
tell you what, if they would let me immediately convert all the change I'm putting into Bitcoin, that would be cool.
hard change, like quarters and dimes?
Yeah, because we
dust?
pile up. My kids and I, we pile up every time we have change. We pile it in a bucket in our kitchen, and it's there's a lot in there. So that would be cool. Like that would encourage my kids to save up a bit more, and you just pour the coins in, and boom, they send you a Bitcoin to your wallet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I remember doing that with change just to get money at like a supermarket a couple of years back, 5 years, and you dump the bucket in. They give you a receipt with an amount, and they take like a 10% processing fee or something,
right?
And then give you cash.
Yeah.
So if you could have a machine like that, like bulk dumping and change, and then getting BTC into a wallet, that would be pretty cool.
I would think they've put that in this. I mean, I'm gonna, we have they're all the publics here in South Florida, so I'm gonna go check and see.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have this activated on the Publix Coinstars or not.
But so you can put your change in here and go straight into SmartCoin.
Only paper money will be accepted for Bitcoin purchases. Bummer.
Well, people would probably be trying to buy a nickel or something worth. Scale up early.
The fees would kill them.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what price they're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what was this?
I think I'm gonna jump in here a little bit. SmartCoin.
I rolled everything over into some of my conservative, 19,000% APY investments. And so now I'm thinking maybe it's time to swing for the fences a little bit.
Well, I've cleared like tonight, by tonight, I will have cleared like $900 on that Blue Deck farm. And so I'm thinking, well, I know I can trust Blue Deck because Corey's over there unless it gets hacked. So why don't I just parse off another, $900 from my wallet and dump it in here and see what happens. And somebody, he did comment. He said, calculator guy said that when he was watching it last night, they have this thing called this Bollinger Boost. And he said that when he was watching it, that it was dumping. People were dumping, and it was like a run on it. And this, whatever the hell this Bollinger Boost is, I guess it goes in and buys and burns or something. And it went in and sucked it up and held the price steady.
Yeah.
And he said also that the tokenomics on it are really interesting. And these guys are basically saying, look, we're doing a big experiment. If there's a full-on run, you're going to lose everything, but we're having fun.
Well, I mean, look, if they're using Bollinger Bands as a way to bring it back to, I guess, the mean, it's a mean reversion strategy, and they're just doing something on the supply and demand side with the liquidity pools in there to influence price. That's actually pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now you take that and then we talk about doing it cross-chain, cross-protocol, cross-platform, all of that. So, you're doing that simultaneously on, 6 different chains and, 12 different protocols, sexes and dexes. I mean, to me, that could be very, very cool. So if this is an experiment that
it says when the price falls below the lower Bollinger Band or our Bollinger Band booster goes into effect, boosting the APR via our smart fund, this increases investor yield and de-incentivizes bank runs and generates more buying pressure for smart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit.
Yeah, man, there's some cool shit here. 70% of all missions go to the community, 50% of total smart emitted is allocated to liquidity provider rewards, and 20% goes to the smart fund treasury. Yeah, I bet. The smart fund is used for economic stimulus, reinvesting back in the community in the form of high APR events designed to incentivize onboarding and user engagement. Double mechanisms.
That's what I was going. What is this progress to next double 68%?
Our double mechanism is designed from the ground up to enable maximum rewards for our users. Whenever the total value locked in the platform doubles, the APR also doubles. This creates a strong incentive for participants not to. Whenever the total value locked in the platform doubles, the APR also doubles. This creates a strong incentive for participants to not only participate, but also stay in and bring more in. As the TVL increases and the public becomes aware of the doubling APR rewards, we expect word to get out fast. Because of the unique reward mechanisms, word-of-mouth marketing should explode SmartCoin's growth while rewarding people that maintain liquidity on our platform. Well, those are two smart mechanisms. I mean, look, here's a dump. So we're still in this dump today. But look, it's not, I mean, it's a big dump, but looks like a sale to me. 29% dump, but still maintaining where this resistance was.
So it seems to me like you probably want to enter right before you get to the double kicker. I'm watching that thing's gone from 68% to 71%, and just while we're talking, the progress the next double. And then, so that's going to be at 60, I guess, at that point. 60 million market, or TVL would be at maybe 50 is probably that double mark. And so then it's got to go from 50 to 100. So it's going to be harder to do the further you get out, I guess, other than word of mouth and more money coming in faster.
Right.
You're going to want those double APRs, because it's just sitting at a measly 26,000% APR right now. I don't really get up for that, do you? No, I'm just messing with you. But 52,000%, that's like.
Look at the Bollinger Bands on this. I don't know what the time settings. I don't know what. I don't know what.
This is going to a double really fast because it's at 73 now.
We should get in, Joe.
Okay, what chain are we on here? This is
Avalanche, I believe. I don't think I have shit in Avalanche right now.
I don't have.
So now I got to do a fucking bridge.
A good, the Phantom to Avalanche bridge from Spooky Swap. And
I don't think I got shit in Phantom either. Oh, you know what I have in Avalanche? I have time.
Yeah.
Or actually have Memo. So I could theoretically take the Memo, borrow against the Memo. Oh, that's a nightmare. I can't even.
Yeah, I can't take on. I'm just figuring out Avalanche now, trying to get into Wonderland.
Yeah.
So I got all that set up, and I'm going to move some. Is there a way it does a drop of Avalanche? Do you need AVAX to do the transactions like you do Polygon, Matic? You need Matic? Or FTM? You need FTM?
Say it again. I'm sorry. I was looking at
how do you populate the Avalanche wallet the first go? Like when you move something in, does it have to be Avalanche?
I had to go to friggin' Coinbase to buy it and send it in. Was that Avalanche?
So you just can send in Avalanche to an empty wallet and
it'll
populate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do that.
So ZROWGZ commented and said, I think he's talking about the defined pools. He said, weird, mine rolled over into the new pools automatically. I didn't have to redeposit into new pools.
Well, maybe they have upgraded.
Yeah, maybe so.
I was that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I've always seen it to where like the rewards end. When the rewards end in a pool.
Well, your problem is you're hopping in and out. So you're not even thinking about it as rollover. You're thinking about it as scalping into as the maximum APY.
Yeah. So, but I do notice like I have some ones that I was in the past. Like if you look at say Matrix ETH, I think is one that was looking like the launch farms, I think. Where's launch farm?
There's nothing there.
Yeah. See, what I see then is, oh no, those aren't reloaded, but it'll show like the old farm that I'm in because there's some matrix vesting there still. So maybe it's just the vesting ones that you do it, but also
I don't know.
But anyhow, good to hear. Thank you for that. And try to figure that out. But some of them, look to roll into the next one to capture the new yield.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do some transfers in here. I've got a company meeting at 1:00. I think I'm going to do that while I'm talking to my partners.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, everybody calls it
I think they called it a Ponzi themselves.
Yeah. And people call it legal Ponzonomics.
Yeah. Cause ultimately you expect that everyone's going to bail on it. right? But so that's why it's like one of those you have to watch like 24/7, like, maybe get out every night when you're going to bed and come back in the morning.
Yeah, I think this is one you definitely don't want to sleep on. But I do like the fact that it's at 73% now to the next double, and it was at 68 a couple minutes ago. So, to me, it's like now is the time to kind of go in because everybody's going to hang in for the double APR shift. And then
exactly.
At that point, it's going to be who flinches first.
There's the psychology of it, right? It's like everybody says, well, fuck, that's going to be 52%. I should stay in. I shouldn't sell yet. That's the beauty of it.
And then they got the biggest announcement in Avalanche history hanging there over your head too.
They're playing the game.
I might sell if the 73% goes to double before that announcement, then I would be looking to sell at that announcement. I mean, this is to me, or at least some of it, take a little off the table.
Oh, this is against AVAX. They don't show against. Do they show us against USD? Because they're saying the price is $1.74.
Yeah, I'm seeing 174.4.
And over here it's showing, I guess, can I load? Oh, yeah. Evidently not. Nope. Because I want to see that chart. Let me see if Dex Guru has it. Love my Dex Guru. Although the calculator guy was raving about Open Ocean, which we briefly talked about the other day. He's executing all his trades there. Okay. What else you got going on, Joe?
Let's see. We covered that. You ever done anything with EasyFi?
Wasn't EasyFi the one where that's the one where the founder was the only one that had the keys to the MetaMask and did the fish and was victim of a phishing attack, clicked some link and emptied his wallet of all the EasyFi tokens?
Was this recently or was this
last month or two?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're supposedly final audit of lending protocol smart contracts concluded by Halborn. They're deploying to Polygon and Binance Smart Chain. So it kind of covers another gap there. If you're looking for transfers across the different layer one ecosystems, you want these kind of bridges and things that, in my opinion, that facilitate as many connections as possible. So, kind of like with Polka PBR, Polka Bridge, that I think is doing some stuff between or that might be Matrix, but you crossing like Cardano and Polkadot and Polygon and Avalanche and Phantom. You want those. So I kind of think keep an eye on this one. I don't know what it's trading at or anything, but I thought that it's something to sort of think about. And that was it that I had on mine. I was doing some follow-up research on Wax Network, trying to, the Blue DAC stuff. Just I'm very intrigued by all those, potential crypto users that came in through, fiat to NFT. And now they want to, sell those NFTs. And to me, I think that's a really interesting play. I'm just trying to find what was the link? I mean, I'm sure it's Google, but I just don't see it on the chain list on DeFi Llama. And I was just curious.
Wax?
Yeah, Wax.
What are you looking for? What link?
Just the general overview on the chain, like what's there. And because I like how there's so many of those users that are coming from a fiat to NFT that are just ripe to transition into crypto.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave me the sort of thinking to dig a little more into that. If I'm going into Erewhon or Sif chain, which is at 36th on chains, where Moon River's 31st, Optimism 27, EOS 25, and that's an EOS fork, right? The Blue DAC guys. or EOS something built on EOS?
So Wax is a subchain to EOS.
Got it. Okay.
And Blue DAC is just a DApp on the Wax blockchain. So it's a delegated proof of stake chain, very fast. It doesn't have to have, I don't think it has to have EOS to survive, but it, all the development tools, everything comes from the EOS.io project. And EOS is the one that raised 4.1 billion in their ICO.
Yeah, I was going to say it's interesting because, we always talk about the 2017, 2018 projects, and these are like Cardano and Stellar and EOS and Neo and, all of those ones that even Tron, I'll put Tron in that category, where they're looking for the next thing. And I'm just always generally happy to hear that there's progress going on, and those are still building out despite even the other new ones, that you see everywhere. So, there's just a lot of little stories out there and opportunity that everybody needs to look into.
Yeah. Hey, and if you like some projects and you have some good degen things we need to talk about, send us, you can send them to me on Twitter at B05Crypto, in the comments on the videos on YouTube or Twitter. Whatever you like, folks, we would love to hear about projects you think are fun, cool, innovative, or just paying stupid emissions that we should be sucking in.
Yeah. No, I mean, this isn't going to last forever, obviously, these incentivizations. So you need to take advantage right now.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in long-term holds in this space myself. But, if you're going to do it, do a basket of stuff at the same time. Other than like Aave and Curve, but, they're at the top space, those, just be prepared to trim and add.
Well, I'm long-term on Olympus DAO and Alchemix. Because I believe in the fundamentals of both of those projects personally, not financial advice. But I definitely think that both of those projects have awesome fundamentals. I've, of course, met the founders of those projects, have a certain degree of trust in them and their capabilities and their attitude about DeFi and financial freedom and all that good shit. So those are my two long terms besides ETH. And
are you in Matic still?
I was just about to say in a bit of Matic. So
yeah, I'm kind of like Matic and Phantom. I think I was just pairing some of my portfolio these last couple of days, just because I was looking at too many things, and it's like, like the Astro Farms one and the crystal stuff. Despite the fact that I liked it, it's just I just feel like there's going to be some kind of consolidation or something, and I figured I'm already up, so why not do some exits and focus in on the ones that I think go next.
Yep.
And to me, that's like, other than ETH, Polygon, Phantom, Aave, Curve, groups like that. And then, you guys know my newbie ones, the Erewhons and things like that. But, always trying to find those like next chains and next in between the chain, kind of nodes.
Yeah.
That's the play to me. But things that we talk about with these like 55,000% APYs, that's not long term to me.
No.
And also, also long term in crypto is really a couple of months. You can't think of it the same way you would do other stuff. So Geist, I think, fits in that category for me over on Phantom, just because of the tremendous amount of TVL there, of 3 billion or so. The fact that it's down a little bit, the fact that I'm just getting pounds of, everything's at 2,000% or 1,800% APY. So you're getting tons of new Geist basically at zero. So right. I'm way ahead of whatever I started with, already. And then I'm starting messing around with those like 90-day lock vaults that I can't get out of. But, just in the sense, I think, look, this runs for 90 days at least in my mind. So, and I don't typically go for that, but, I'm trying it out here. Because I think it has potential to be like Inverse and Ohm and those kinds of things, or Aave level stuff.
Hey, check it out. Syphilis chain is up to 52 million TVL.
Is that the one? Is that Erewhon?
Yeah. That's yours.
That's a bunch of like STD riddled Norse odds,
That's the one
basically.
you were looking at, SIF chain.
Yeah, no, I'm in it. I'm in it. So I guess the clinic test came back bad because it was down like 20% today. So
That
yes,
sucks.
but I'm paired with Adam, so I'll end up with more syphilis chain and
More
probably
syphilis.
a little bit less Adam. But it's Cosmos. It's one I wanted. So in the end, though, if Sif chain doesn't seem to be going anywhere, it's one that I'll kill off and dump into Geist or something like that.
One day we should come here to this list and find one of these chains that's over 1 million, but that we've never heard before, and take a look at it.
I saw a token, I don't remember which one it was, but it's like what exchanges, and it was on Graviox exchange. Didn't we like have bazillions of those tokens sometime ago? And how much
those were some shitty ass tokens.
Yeah, but how much is that token worth now? I was curious about.
I don't know.
That's the beauty of crypto. You get these tokens that just vaporize into nothing. And all of a sudden you got millions, and then all of a sudden something happens and it's worth something again.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit.
I actually own some CFX, which is this one, because my bot's running on Binance, and bought some of this CFX, but it's actually been a bleeder for 6 days, which is beyond my normal time limit. But it trades in a nice range, so I stayed in it. But I started looking at this. Chain, and first thing that's interesting to me was the backers.
What's
Conflux, which unfortunate name, Con. There's another one in this list called Nulls, which also not awesome branding. But wait, where was the investor list?
Are we in protocols, or where are we? Chains or protocols?
This is its own chain.
Got it. Okay.
Where the hell? Where was the investor list? There was some like big name investors in this thing. And it's an entire chain, but I can't figure out what the frick it does. Like, it talks about interoperability, and it talks about Ethereum. You can run a node, so it's a staking node, but there's also proof of work mining. I'm not quite sure I get it.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, it sounds like one to just, okay, you already made the investment, so now just see what happens with it. And if it gets up 40% one day, you're like, screw it. All right, I'm out. And move on to the next one. No, I don't see it on here. I see my syphilis chain at 36. Where is
the CFX was on Binance. I don't know if it's trading on DeFi. They claim they're DeFi oriented, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of, Moon River's been moving. A lot of people have been talking that up again.
See, like Phantom Protocols building on here. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Not Phantom, Phantom. I think this might be the wallet, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Sequoia's in this. This. Huobi's in this.
What's it trading at? Conflux.
CFX. CFX, I'll tell you right now how much I'm down. It's 0.35. It's 35.7 cents.
Yeah. I don't know. How many tokens? Outstanding coin.
I don't know.
This is kind of like when I'm like, what the hell is this? That's kind of the one. CFX.
CFX. Conflux.
Yeah, kind of a lame. Sort of reminds me of somebody else that I knew who had a name that was kind of a screwy name like that. Anybody that has con as like the prefix is kind of like.
They weren't thinking through the marketing side of it.
No. Okay, so it looks like we got total supply of 5 billion tokens, a billion are out. So, you got a lot of future emissions coming, or inflation, or whatever the right term is in this space. And I see it on Binance, OKX, Gate. Volume is doesn't show a lot of up or down in trading volume, but its all-time high was March 27th to 170. So it was kind of fade. Remember, it started like giving some back then before that little April, May run up.
Yeah.
So there was that one cycling out there. So what do they actually do?
It's a chain. It's like supposed to be fast. You know, the standard claim to fame. Faster.
High throughput first layer consensus blockchain that utilizes the unique tree graph consensus algorithm. So unique tree graph consensus, whatever. Parallel processing, parallel processing of blocks and transactions for increased throughput and scalability. So, parallel processing in some, multi-layered nodal structure algorithm, so faster is what they're saying.
Yeah. The only thing you really need to be worried about is when they start with a project rooted in academia.
And wait, is this the guy? Oh, it's a 13-year-old from India. So is that what is?
No, it's not.
Wait, no, because I was involved in one of these before. What is this? Ethereum compatible?
No, this is
Frontier. That's Frontier. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I don't do.
No, these are decidedly Asian team members.
Yeah, so they must be coming out. Is it Sequoia?
Although India would be that too, but
yeah. But I don't like the kids. It's like
one
I was
of them,
involved. In
one of them has the same last name as CZ. Although I don't know if that's like Smith.
Wow. What's the last name? Yeah, that's a pretty common name.
Yeah.
Zhang and Zhuang.
He's from institutional money.
Oh, interesting. What's his pedigree? I can't see your screen.
Brandeis Masters, worked at Hutai Private Fund of Funds and the University of North Carolina Endowment Management Company and Novus.
Wow, interesting. So Sequoia behind him, this is one to think about.
Well, the other guy, Dr. Fan Long, PhD from MIT, computer science.
Always a good one to have. All right, so let me see something.
Maybe they're quietly plugging away at something, amazing. Anyway, we're probably boring the shit out of anybody that's still bothering to watch.
Here's one though. Built-in staking. I'm on their website. Built-in
Conflux?
staking. Yeah, staking confluxnetwork.org is the one I think I'm in.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Stake tokens currently receive an annualized rate of 4 generated by additional. That doesn't sound too exciting.
4%?
Is that a day?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, 4%? Get away from me.
Click.
I can get more with ETH on Lido.
Yeah.
And I know it's got a future.
Okay, let's see. Shuttle flow cross-chain asset bridge. All right. Conflux Network's unique optimized proof-of-work tree graph consensus algorithm, capable of processing 3,000 to 6,000 transactions a second without sacrificing decentralization or safety, meets the demand for high performance with low transaction fees.
That's about the speed of Wax. I think Phantom might be that many TPS. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, running on Ethereum L2, supported by, that's Moonswap.
Oh, wait, it's an Ethereum L2?
Well, no, sorry. This is one of their partners, Moonswap.
Oh, okay.
First AMM DEX running on Ethereum L2, supported by Conflux Network and cross-chain asset protocol Shuttle Flow. So it must be running over there, it looks like.
Maybe Conflux is underneath that DEX in some way. They're using the tech and running it as a layer 2 to Ethereum.
Yeah, we should. How do we find this again?
We were on DeFi Llama. I was looking at the blockchain list.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to, let me just start this one. I'm going to take a look at this.
4.4 million in TVL. And then we got Energy Web. I'm looking at Thundercore right now, which has 3.2 million. Real blockchain, real benefits. What does that mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to a fake blockchain?
Yeah, I don't like it,
This one has 4,000 TPS.
Okay, so this Huobi Capital's in, University of Toronto, Sequoia. This is the Conflux again. I see some Tsinghua and Shanghai Blockchain Research Institute or something like that. So this looks like, probably something between like Canadians and Hong Kong, Taiwan, and mainland. So
it looks like cool. Yeah. Hey, it looks like if you launch a blockchain, Huobi Capital will give you money.
Yeah.
They're listed as investors on every friggin' blockchain on this list. So what we'll do is we're going to go fork GoByte and announce our new DeFi strategy and submit the VC form at Huobi Capital.
Yeah.
2 million will be incoming momentarily.
Look, we're bringing in an energy efficient, highly scalable, parallel neural network, quantum AI driven DeFi platform to optimize cross chain yield and AMM opportunities, and effectively a arming on steroids. You know?
We're raising $2.5 million, and the two founders are $1 million per year salary.
Yeah, and also we're going to just kind of serve off about 2% of the company for that $2.5 million. Just so we have all those incentives aligned properly. Right? And we'll do a partnership with SmartCoin, and we're going to put it all on the passive. But obviously
we're taking the $500,000 that's left over and putting it all in SmartCoin.
Hey, you remember that story about the founder of FedEx, Fred Smith or somebody like that?
Uh-huh.
And there was always this story that they talked to us about in grad school, or somebody was talking about it, in that he was down to like his last 10K, and was going to have to close the doors that weekend, and they flew to Vegas and with the last of the payroll money and gambled it, and like 6x their money over the weekend, came back and turned into FedEx essentially over the long haul. But
that's insanity, dude.
So what's the difference between that and going to
SmartCoin?
And at least we're going for like a 5 bazillion APY instead of like
can't make payroll, come to DeFi.
Exactly. And we'll tokenize your car and your house on the way in and let you rock out with 6 times your money.
But in the joke is a business.
Yes.
Like there is a thriving multi-billion-dollar capital advance business where people are taking ridiculous rates and running their businesses into the ground for their future credit card revenues. There is a business here. There is a business in lending to businesses with stable income, and then as part of their payback, putting some of that into some fairly decent DeFi investments so that your clients are making more money. But there's a business here.
Check out something. This is a token that was on Phantom, based in Geneva, called like Treeb, TREEB. I think Retrieve is the name. Doc's team, super credible looking. I got in early on them, and it's a payment. I wanted to ask you about this. It's a payment network.
Yeah, you sure didn't tell me about it beforehand. You waited till after you got in and out.
Yeah, I already sold it too. So, I think I know I mentioned it, but it was just when I was coming into Phantom and trying to find stuff to do, there was like a Treeb FTM pool on, I think, Spooky Swap at 120%. So I was like, well, what the hell? Let's buy Treeb. But they have this angle where like 33% of the transactions go to like social causes. But, I think they still have to roll out a payment network, the machines for retail and everybody, so that they will take, crypto over, MasterCard.
That's a hard run.
That's what I thought. So that's why
it's going to be a big, hard fucking run. The ones that'll get trusted are some of the stable coins and Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's going to be really hard. The only way you could really make a big dent is if you bought like 10 million point of sale machines that are already integrated with all the major point of sale systems, and you sent them for free to businesses all over the country. Then you might get some traction. Because
when these were all set up, I mean, I remember this in college and stuff where people would,
I got 4 minutes, buddy.
So basically the bottom line was, I tripled it, from entry point. And I was looking for a reason to get out, but I liked it. And I just came to that whole thing of execution risk. Yep. And, are these guys going to be able to out execute MasterCard, Visa, whomever, whatever banks, all of that? And the only way you could do that is by having such a compelling economic argument to offset, wait, I got to change what? I got to do what? Implementation risk, as we call it. And that was why at the end I decided to let it go, because why not chalk up a win? But then also, not that I don't agree with their cause, but just I go, that's a hard one. Not especially when I can go over and do 52,000% in smart coin.
Well, I can tell you about investing in a payment blockchain.
Yes, that's
and how to turn $100,000 into 3. I can tell you a story about that.
We should do a whole show on those. You know? I mean, everybody only hears about the good stuff. You know, most of that shit though happened in like 2017, crypto and traditional finance on my side.
Yep.
You know, because you just can't move fast enough in that space with, you know, smaller amounts of money. But anyhow, I'll let you go, buddy. I know you got to set up for the next call.
Adios, amigo. It was lovely chatting with you as always. Did you
have a good weekend.
Did you order that camera and microphone and ring light yet?
I promise I'm doing it. I actually moved a lamp from the bedroom.
Oh, that's a ring light. It'll clip on to your table.
I ordered one and gave it to my daughter. You know, I had it on my laptop a couple of months ago, and it was just too bright in my face.
Okay, but I've done everything for you. Do I need to order them and then you'll send me crypto and pay me back?
No, I'll order them. I promise. But hey, is that easy to travel with that gear? Like, since I'm
they have small ones. Portable. They have smaller ones that come in like bags packed up. So do some more searching there on Amazon. There's a ton of options. The microphone is big, but I travel with this microphone. Oops. I travel with this mic all the time. Now, you may not want to carry something that large. You can buy there are smaller microphones. Rode is a good company that has smaller ones. So
yeah, well, you could have your travel gear and your like studio gear.
But they do have the travel ring lights and they have you can travel microphones. And then the webcams I sent you are small, right? Okay. But the other option is just buy a real computer.
Yeah, I know you keep wanting me to get on the Mac. I get it. But you know, it works. I mean, I'm looking at the same stuff you're looking at. It's just until it doesn't. Slower. Yeah. And then I go buy another one. You know, it's like Brad's always on me, but I'm super thrifty about this stuff. My daughter's always on me.
But it's not thrifty. You buy a Mac and you get a 75 to 80% resale value a few years later. It's the beauty of the Macs, right? So you flip it, buy another one. And now I've been buying refurb for my family, and those things last for friggin' ever. It's phenomenal. $600-700 and you got a nice Mac.
Well, I will say your camera looks a lot better. And
this one, okay, in fairness, that is not the Mac camera. So this is what I did. I recommend this to everyone before I jump on this call. I use an app called Camo Studio, and that is my son's iPhone 8 Plus. And I bought a little mount for it, and it allows you to use a USB lightning cable, plug into your computer, and use it as your video camera, because the resolution is far superior to almost any webcam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to upgrade. But I'm operating under the contention that people just want to hear the alpha.
No,
plus, one of the beauties
of your face.
Yeah, one of the beauties of getting older is the vision goes too. So you never quite look that old. But all of a sudden, you put me on a super high def camera, I'm going to be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Later, guys.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. We love you.
Cheers.
Have fun.
Pumptober.
This is not financial advice.
Hell no.
Goodbye.
Bye.